Good morning. Here's Ernie. Ernie, look up here, Look at the people. What's going on? Ernie's up a little early, buddy. Oh, actually, I'm up late. I slept in. You had 3 poops this morning. Tell the people about all your poops this morning. He's a growing boy. Look how big he's getting. Oh, you're such a big boy. He's getting ready to go to school, play with his friends. Yes. Oh, he's looking out. My window over here looks at the backyard of his friend Rookie. Is that who you're looking for? You can. Oh, there's a squirrel, buddy. Look, a squirrel. You see the squirrel? Okay. More Ernie, less Bo. I agree. No, he does not have an Ernie Banks jersey. We need to get you an Ernie Banks jersey, buddy. There's that squirrel. Who is it? Oh, is that a little puppy? Is that a puppy? There's a squirrel. There's a squirrel. They're like little puppies in the backyard. He's a good guard dog. What do you think? You just want to do an hour of looking out the backyard for the people? The people would like that. You're so much more entertaining, buddy. Okay. Go find Mom. Where's Mom? Go find Mom. All right. Ernie, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Good morning. Happy Thursday. Oof, we're getting close to the weekend. Madison Card Show coming up. 2 days away. I did some ransom errands. Ransom errands yesterday. I printed off some posters. Oh, the lawnmower man's here. I wonder if I can show you a little sneak peek of what's coming, what I'm going to be putting up around the card show on Saturday at the Alliant Energy Center. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I haven't even looked to see if they turned out okay. Hopefully they did. So I made that 1millioncubs.com. The numerical 1 is now directed to my website. So is 99centcards.com. So I printed a few of these off, and I'm going to put these throughout the Alliant Energy Center at the Madison Card Show this Saturday. Show hours 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 250 dealer tables. We've got the rooms separated, sports in one room, Pokemon in the other. We've got our premium tables out in the middle. Concessions are available. Admission $5. Parking, if you park in the parking lot, is going to be $8. Direct your disdain to the Alliant Energy Center for the parking fees. So that's this Saturday. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing some shopping at the show on Saturday. So I got those printed. I love Walgreens printing. It's so easy. Just upload it, send it to Walgreens. It's done in like 20 minutes. Walgreens is like a mile down the street. So printed some of those off. The issue with printing these posters and to put them, you got to have backing, right? And if you have posters like this printed, although after the back, it's still cheaper to do it this way. It's still cheaper. I'm pricing it out because I have had them printed on like foam board and it's pricey. It's like $60, I think. Doing it this way, there's always a 25% off coupon through Walgreens. Probably paid, what did I pay? I think I paid $25 a poster. What I pay on the foam board? Maybe 20? No, not even 20. Probably 15. So a little bit of savings. So anyway, so that's where the wild goose chase comes in. So I wanted to clear my afternoon because I wanted to run some errands. I wanted to find foam board. And I remember I ran into the same issue the last time I was looking for foam board. Couldn't find it. So I wanted to get foam board. And also I wanted to find a new way to get the poster attached to the backing. Typically what I do is I use clips. Now, however, clips pop off. the poster moves around, it gets damaged. So it's kind of a problem in that regard. So I'm like, I need to do like a glue. So I asked ChatGPT, and the number one recommendation was a spray adhesive. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went to Walmart. I found the spray adhesive. Boom. Go to look for the foam board, and they don't have my size. I need 24 by 36. They have 20 by 30. Okay, well, Hobby Lobby's across the street, across the belt line. I'm like, I'll swing over to Hobby Lobby. And I remember this is the exact same wild goose chase I had 6 months ago or whenever I went. Hobby Lobby doesn't have them. They had 20 by 30, and then they had bigger than 24 by 36. And it's like, well, I don't want to cut. I just want something already pre-cut, because my cutting is going to be like a freaking X-Acto knife or whatever. Not X-Acto, I don't know, one of those knives. Which I do have one of those things. One of those like tool knives, whatever those are called. So I'm like, screw it. So I just, when I left Hobby Lobby, I went to the parking lot. I'm like, I know Amazon has them. So boom, bought them from Amazon. I needed to order new stands. This is another thing that people don't think about, the costs that go into running a card show. Like, these signs ain't for utility knife. Thank you, cardboard. Thank you, utility knife. It's like, this shit adds up. Like, these posters, $125 on posters. Spent like 60 on foam board. I spent 75 on stands. Like, this shit all adds up, and people don't take into account like some of this stuff takes money. So there you go. So I did that, and then I wanted to run up to my LCS in DeForest, Bonsai Cards and Collectibles, which, by the way, and this is what I had to go there for, coupons. So you come into the Madison Card Show with each paid admission, you receive a $5 off coupon. It's good for in-store only, August 30th and 31st. So each paid admission will receive one of those coupons. So I needed to run and pick those coupons up, and I'm like, I had a show. I had an eBay Live last night, so I'm like, I need more stuff. I need more stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to see what he has. Because I was going through the last time I picked up the coupons for the last show. Like, he's got some stuff but at that point I had like a bunch of inventory. Now, I always have a bunch of inventory, but I don't have much football inventory. Like, even that's all I've been buying is football, and I can't keep it in. Like, as soon as I get it, I sell it. It's crazy. So crazy good. So I ended up sticking around it was 6:01, I think, when I checked out, and it's like, shit, I got to get going. I've got a live at 7, and it's about a 20 to 25 minute drive home. So I ended up, I bought a good amount of cards and sold most of them last night. I've got a few. I think I've got maybe 10 left over. So it was a good night. eBay Live last night was different, good, and different bad, like all in one. It was a unique show. Now, typically my weekday shows, whether it's during the day or at night, are not as crazy as the weekend. Saturday nights and Sunday nights, those tend to be crazy. But Wednesday night, Thursday night, just kind of like, stuff sells for like about what I would expect it to sell for. However, last night, the first half hour, 45 minutes was better than I anticipated, even for a primetime show. Once we hit like 7:45, then it was just like decreasing. And I think in the 8 o'clock hour, I was down to like 10, 11 viewers at one time, which is really wild for a Wednesday night, really low. So it was kind of a grind during the 8 o'clock hour and into the 9 o'clock hour, man. After 10, that crowd showed up. By 11 o'clock, I was still going until 11:30 last night. 11 o'clock, I had 30 people in the room. At 8:30, I had 10 or 11. So things really picked up at the end. I ended up going longer both in time and in auctions. I planned on doing 200 auctions. By my own fuck up, I had more than I doubled my auction listings. So yeah, I ended up doing I think maybe 215 total auctions, but yeah, so it picked up at the end, and it's funny how some things like sell really well, and then you get a bit. It's like, why is there a bidding war for? There was a wild bidding war. Oh, it was my Babe Ruth slab. I have it's a CSG Topps update. It's the short print legend variation of Babe Ruth. It's a CSG 9.5. I paid, the sticker was $10, and so I probably paid like $7 or $8 for it. And it ended up selling for I think like $45. And that's like a slab that I've just been like, I don't know if I have the crowd that's going to be interested in Babe Ruth. But last night I did, and I'm glad I ran it. I had some stuff that the interesting thing was like, I think this was my last. Let me see what this sold for. I don't know if I go back in if it's still going to have the prices realized. Oh, it does. Okay. So this was my last auction. Mason Smith gold rookie auto number to 50. I paid $5 for it. And I'll shoot. It's probably in the 200s somewhere. Yeah, I ended up having 400 listed, but some of them I had canceled accidentally. Okay, so this one, it sold for $7. So, and that was like the $5 and $10 cards that I bought seemed to sell for like $5 and $10. There was a 49ers dual patch that I think sold for $25. I think I paid $5 for that. There was some other stuff that, but then like a lot of my dollar box stuff sold for $5. So in the end, I did pretty well on the return. I think if I would have waited until Sunday night, I would have done double what I did. But I'm not in the business to wait around. Like I want to buy it, boom, move on. Oh, I lost money on this one. Like there was what were the two Marvin Harrison Jr., I was selling base Marvin Harrison Jr. rookies on Sunday night for like $10 to $15. So I'm like, oh, I've got good stuff tonight. I had a patch and also a serial number. And I think I paid $10 each for those. One sold for 13. So like, hey, I made money. And then the other sold for like 8 or 7. Or maybe I paid 15 for one of them and it sold for 12. But basically on the two Marvin Harrison Juniors, I broke even. But sometimes that's how it goes. And it's not fun when that happens, but it's a learning experience. Now, does that mean I'm not going to buy Marvin? No, not, I'm still going to buy Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm going to be a little more careful. It's like, well, and sometimes I'm going to buy that stuff knowing I might break even. I might lose money on this, but that means somebody gets a deal. And if you get a deal, you might come back. And that's what I want. And that's something that, thinking bigger picture. And I want to go into this because I had a good conversation with Brad. Brad owns Bonsai. I think, and I get caught up with this all the time. Well, I don't want to buy this $10 card because it might only sell for $5, or I might only break even on it. You can't go in to any business expecting to make money on every single transaction. There's a cost. Now, is that the goal? Fuck yeah. But that's not going to happen, every single time. So along those lines, we were talking about, card show stuff, and he's like, have you ever thought about doing autograph guests? And I said, no, because I'm not in that world. And it's just, I don't want to mess around with it. If I had somebody like a company, like, okay, here's the pricing, blah, blah, blah. We work out some type of pricing. The problem I've had with autograph agents is they don't have a price. It's like, well, what would you pay? No. That's not how this works. You're providing the service. You tell me, what is your price? Well, it just depends on how many people. It's like, okay, then we're not going to do it. And so that's why I've never done it. I've had talks, and I continue to have talks. But I don't want to bring in like not a washed up, but just, I don't want a retired baseball player that, was a local guy that, I don't want to do that. Like, that just doesn't really add much to the show. I want to do something different. Now, I'm also not talking about bringing in Christian Yelich or Giannis or somebody like that either. So what Brad said, so this is why it's like, I've thought about we're in Madison, University of Wisconsin. There is a enormous, gigantic fan base for Wisconsin Badgers here locally. And so that's something that I've always thought about. If I did a autograph day with the show, I would do, Wisconsin Badgers. So what Brad said, and I've had initial discussions over the past several months with, I don't know if he can be considered an agent, but he works with athletes in terms of NIL agreements. And and he's got a small roster. And then there's websites that, the athletes, go through. It's like a third party platform that they use. And he's like, and so here at Wisconsin, at the university, the two like biggest sports, obviously football, basketball are huge, but volleyball and women's ice hockey are huge. They sell out all their games. They go to the Final Four, they win championships, and they have a huge crowd, huge fan base. So Brad's like, what about doing like volleyball and women's hockey? Like, that's so, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. And I'm like, well, and so this is my old school gray hair thinking. Do I have any gray hairs yet? No, I don't think so. So this is what holds me back and holds a lot of people back. Well, that's not going to bring much in for the crowd. And Brad's like, but that doesn't matter. You get people in the door. That's a good point. Especially if we're charging admission, like, hey, yeah, that gets me a little extra money. Now I'm going to have to pay those autograph guests. They don't come for free, by the way. There's a cost to that too. So that's something you have to run out. So anyway, and I'm like, but what does that do for the card vendor? Like, does that have any effect on the card vendors? Probably not. And so all of a sudden the wheels are turning. And he's like, but you're just getting them in the door. You're getting them in the room. How do you think you 10X anything? 10X the hobby. How do you think you 10X anything? You don't 10X the hobby by bringing in washed up retired football and baseball players. Because usually the people, for the most part, it's going to be a small audience. And B, they might already be interested in this stuff. Yeah, sure. But how do you 10X? You get the periphery. Women's volleyball, women's ice hockey. You get a lot of young females probably that they're not into cards, but they might get into cards because they walk through the door. They come in for the volleyball autographs and the meet and greets for the volleyball players. But they might walk around and while there's not much volleyball or women's ice hockey cards out there, doesn't mean they only like women's hockey and volleyball. I'm sure they have a favorite football team. Oh, I love the Packers. Here's a Jordan Love rookie card. Mom, will you buy this? Dad, will you buy this? And it's their gateway to the hobby. So I thought about, I'm like, that's. So if I were ever to do autographs, I'm not going to bring in I'm not going to bring in Denny McClain. I'm going to bring in something unique and local, and the Badgers would definitely, that would definitely be what I'm looking at. All right, let's go to the chat. Say hello. Jody's in the house. Good morning. We had Ernie here earlier. Big Ern was with us. Cooter says more Ernie, less Bo. I agree. We need to get Ernie a Banks jersey, or like just a personalized Cubs dog jersey. I wonder if you could do that. Personalized Cubs baseball jersey for dogs. So Wrigleyville Sports does them. Can you customize it? This one just, it's not, I don't think it's customizable. It just says Cubs. We had a Cubs jersey for Biscuit, but I definitely want to get one for Ernie. If I could get Ernie 14, like that would be awesome. Philly Joe, good morning, Bowen gang. Hobby Evolution, the Ernie poop episode. Man, he had so much poop this morning. Like, damn, for a little dog. Damn, you got lots of poop in you. Herman, what's going on? Good morning. Gem City says, our dog voices are funny. I have a Swedish chef-like voice I talk to my dog in. It is. Why do we talk to our dogs differently? Why don't we just talk normally to our dogs? Like, oh, here, fluffy baby. Sunflower says, man, the basement background is looking good post-sale night. Just see. Oh, man. No, you don't want to see what's next to me. It looks respectable right now, but not in front of me or below me. Below me. Cardboard, good morning. Kyle's in the house. What's happening? Rich says, would not Ernie look good in this? Sports World Chicago. Chris, good morning. My Giants are ripping through the NL Central. Yeah, I think the Cubs have lost 2 in a row. So I'm trying to turn the tide. Wear this. Hopefully it'll bring the Cubs some good juju. I hate these damn West Coast. Although I was up till after midnight last night, so I could have turned the game on in here, but I'm glad I didn't after seeing last night's score. Looking forward to the show on Saturday. Have to find a Randy Moss graded rookie for a friend. It's like not a treasure hunt. What do you call that? Some type of hunt. Chris says, how old is the Alliant Energy Center? My guess is that they charge for parking to help pay off the bonds that paid for the construction. Probably. So Exhibition Hall was built in the mid 90s. So what are those bonds? Probably 30 years, 40 years. So probably coming up. But hey, now they're making money. Now they're like, nah, hey, we can make extra money. So the building we're in was built in, I think, like 96, 99, somewhere in the mid to late 90s. The arena, which is like the big spaceship looking arena, that was built in like the 50s, I think, late 50s. SoCal guy says, I was searching Facebook Marketplace Las Vegas yesterday. Multiple Madison Card Show ads sprinkled throughout the results. I love it. I narrowed the search to the Midwest, so I'm not sure why Las Vegas was popping up, but I'll take it. Get the name out there. Unicorn, what's going on? About 60 to 70. The arena is 60 to 70 years old. Exhibition Hall's much, much newer. Cardboard says utility knife. That's what I was looking for. You got the money for expenses, predatory auctions. That's right. Run some predatory auctions so I can get some money to pay for the marketing expense. 608 Cody, what's going on? Is it Saturday yet? I need some time. I'm not quite ready for Saturday. I need a little bit of time. I need Thursday. I really need Thursday so tomorrow I can lay focus on the show. Unicorn says, I got a lot of 90s football. If you're interested, plenty of Dan Marinos. LOL. I've got plenty of Marinos. They're not selling as well as they used. Now, there was one that sold, I think last night, sold for like 12 or 13 bucks. But then I had one that I'm like, oh, this should sell for 10 bucks, and it sold for $1. So the Dan Marino market is, I got to have certain people, and I have to have them all in the room at the same time because they'll bid against each other. Because I'll have guys like, oh, this guy likes Marino. But if he doesn't have the competition, he's not bidding against anybody else because I've got 3 people that like Dan Marino in the entire world. And if the 3 of them are not in the room at the same time, I don't get the results. So it's got to be, we've got to have synergy for Dan Marino sales. Although Barry Sanders was doing well. I was selling $ Barry Sanders cards for 12 bucks last night. So that's always good. Cardboard says, is the Steven Strasburg collector in the chat? Yes. He was in like every single one of my live streams, but he hasn't been around as much lately. He was with me on Saturday, and he bought a few things on Saturday. I think he was in my Sunday daytime show. I don't think he was in the chat last night, though. I have a cool program from his rookie year that is cards of him and Drew Storen binded in. Very cool. Tracy's in the house. Good morning. Chris says, the beers kicked in after 10 o'clock. That could be. Tracy says, watching on 2x speed to catch up. Love seeing Ernie. Yes. Mower man. Yep. They're done already. I mean, they're in quick. They've got like an army of 5 that just come in, and they've got the big lawnmower, and then they've got the trimmers. They've got 2 trimmers, and then they've got a leaf blower. So I guess they have 4, an army of 4. Lawnmower man booking. Florida baseball card dude. Good morning. LOL. He is fucking cruising. Yeah, dude. They're in and out, man. They're like freaking. It's been like what? We've been on for 27 minutes, and it was like 10 minutes in, 5 minutes in. They've been gone for 5-10 minutes. Tracy says, buyer backed out on my Otani die cut K-Zone, off to find another buyer. I hate that. The Kelsey patch card that Donnie bought, the Babe Ruth and the McGahee auto stood out to me as unique offerings for your lives. And that was, and I like when I have, and so I'm glad you brought this up. Because when I was digging through some of the boxes, there were unique things. Like when I'm I was going through different boxes. So they had like a couple bargain boxes where things were $5 to $50. And then they had $1, or $3 boxes. And then of course showcases. So they've got like stuff for every price range. So I was going through like the $5, $10, $20 stuff. And, some of it's like, this is marked at, like there was a Spencer Rattler that was a green prism, and he was just named the starting quarterback. I thought I'd get a little more buzz for Rattler, and I've had in the past, but now it was pretty dead on that market last night. Like his prism sold for $1. His prism rookie sold for $1. So I'm glad I passed. There was a green prism rookie for 10. It's like, if he comes out week 1 and has a 300-yard game, this is probably a $50 sale on eBay Live. But last night it probably would have sold for $3. So it's one of those, and I don't like do you have any Spencer Rattler? Yeah. And if the person in the chat that mentions it is the only one that wants it, it's like the Dan Marino. Might only sell for $1 or $3. So yeah, so I liked that there was different things. I had a feeling the Kelsey stuff would go well, just because he's been in the news, and obviously it's Travis Kelsey, Kansas City Chiefs, big following. The Babe Ruth, I didn't expect the Babe Ruth. I've been sitting on that Babe Ruth for a week seems like eternity in eBay Lives. I got that at the Janesville card show last week. So I've sat through it for how many lives? Like 10 live shows. So it seems like I've had it forever, when in reality I've had it for a week and a half. The McGahee sold for a lot less than, I think it sold for what I paid for it. What the heck was that? It sold for less. I think it sold for like maybe $1. I think I paid for, what did I pay for it? $5. I think it sold for $6. I thought it was numbered to 50 also. So I thought that would have done better. The Kelsey patch sold for a little higher than I expected. The Babe Ruth sold for a lot higher than I expected. Unicorn says, very good point. When you lose a couple bucks to me, it does make me come back to that seller to check out other things they have. Technically, it's not a loss leader, but functions in a similar way. Yeah, absolutely. It brings people back. Like, oh, I'm going to get a deal. Like, I don't intend. It's not like my 99-cent buy it nows where the intention is to lose money. Like, I'm intending to lose money. Like, I don't intend to lose money on any of my auctions. Like, I want to make money on all of my auctions, but I know I'm going to lose money. I'm going to break even, and I'm going to have some big wins along the way. And it just, that's how auctions are. Like, all auctions are going to be that way. Uncle Rich says, it may add more than you think to have those retired players. Yeah, it's not something I want to do. Here's what retired players remind me of. Having old retired players at a card show reminds me of a smoke-filled Knights of Columbus card show in the 1980s, 1990s. And I don't want that. And I understand, like, I can make it not look like that, but I don't want the same old, like, how many card shows has Denny McLean signed autographs at, Don August, I don't want, like, I just don't want to have, I'm sure they're lovely gentlemen, but I just don't want to have those types of autograph signings. Gem City says Bucky Badger or bust. Chris says Raleigh Fingers is probably available to sign at the Madison Card Show and anywhere, actually. He'll sign at the IGA down the street. Rich says, I just saw in an email today that Madison is considered the #1 town for college football fans. Interesting. I know it's usually up there. It's got a great game day atmosphere. I need to go down there for a game day. I don't think I've been down to the Camp Randall Regent Street area for a game day. And I don't like going to the games. I just like pre-gaming, tailgating. It's been a while. I need to do that. Which, by the way, the Badgers are playing tonight. They play here against Miami of Ohio. Not going to go down there tonight, but maybe on a college football Saturday I will. Rich says, here's why autographs are so hard for someone like Bo to have. Jaden Blue, young Cowboys running back, is doing a signing at a local store on September 16th. Cheapest auto is $65. Yeah, and it's like, it's Jaden Blue. I don't even know who that is. And current players are like super expensive. Unicorn says, as it should be. I think he's talking about Wisconsin, not Cowboys running backs. Cardboard says, I know Dan Arnold, former Saints, Panthers, and Cardinals tight end. He lives in Platteville, played 7 to 8 years, rookie with the Saints and Drew Brees. Very nice. Rich says that I've had retired players who did well at my shows and others who did not do as well. And it's like you see some of these and it's like nobody's, like, you got the poor autograph guest and nobody is there. And it's like, Sunflower says, nice sweatshirt, by the way. Best time of the year for comfortable, lightweight, long sleeves. Yes, it's hoodie weather. Although it's a little warmer today. My computer says 61, but it feels warmer when I went outside. Warmer than it has the last couple of days. It's 67, so I think that's significant. I think it dipped down into the upper 40s the last couple nights. Going to be a high of 75 today. So we've got comfortable late summer weather. 75, 71, 71, 75, 74, 75, 67, 55 next Thursday. Brr. That's fall. Rich says, I used to offer $550 and say that way you don't have to declare instead of $1,000 where, well, you get your 1099 and have to pay taxes on that. Cardboard says he's a no, but here's the thing. $550 ain't going to get you anybody to sign an autograph. Cardboard says he's a no-namer that went to UW Platteville. Unicorn says, I've seen former Packers at a mall and no one was getting autographs. Yeah. And that's what you don't want that. Rich says, here's the other thing. Bo can get signed items for his store by having those players. It's more than just the show, but I don't like, especially with all which, by the way, that autograph story just died, which and I understand there's investigations, but I'm surprised there hasn't been more on that, because that, for something as big as it is surprising. But autographs, I don't like autographs. I just don't like autographs. Yet I have a gigantic autograph collection. I don't like selling autographs. Unless it's a top certified, I don't think I have like this. Like I like these autographs, but I don't like 8x10s and posters and helmets, and like I don't want to get into any of that stuff. Cardboard said Savannah banana signings. Badgers would really draw a crowd. Rich says, I forgot a good Morgan to you and yours, and like and sub, more Ernie talk. Cardboard says side quest. You should give a free mystery pack, ideally from your dime boxes, to people who pay admission. Then deduct the cost of those packs from your taxes as a cost of doing business and play skill games. I like it. JG Hobby, what's going on? Everyone has seen Rattler play in the NFL. He's awful. Well, he might not be awful this year. You never know. Sunflower says the Babe Ruth success may indicate time to sprinkle in some Clemente, Robinson, Mantle, Garrick Mays, modern style cards. And those do really well. I have early on, Clemente was killing it. Clemente now, it's hard to move Clemente in my lives. Like they just kind of putter out at $1. Jackie Robinson putters out at $1. Mickey Man, like I don't know. And I'm sure it's just who's in the room at what time. Last night, obviously, the Babe Ruth. Last night, when I see that, I should probably dangle some carrots like that. If I have some cool or unique, legends in modern stuff, just throw something out like that's in a $1 box or a quarter box and see. And if it sells for $5, like, okay, let's run some more of this. Cooter says, I suspect Bob Feller is still signing. He is. Him and Pete Rose. They're still signing at a gas station in Iowa. Gem City says, go Miami of Ohio. Gem City's rooting for the Red Hawks. Free signings at shows draws people, but you get what you pay for. Absolutely. Cardboard says, I was down by Camp Randall last night, and on the 16th, moving my daughter into her apartment on Langdon. Nightmare last night. I bet. Florida Baseball Card Dude says, I respect Uncle Rich's opinion, but I agree that a retired non-Hall of Fame MLB player is kind of lame and wouldn't add value to the show. Yeah, it's just... I've seen too many shows where you get a retired baseball player that's not a big name, and there's either no line or there's just a couple people. They sign like 12 autographs, and it's just it's sad. It looks sad. I don't want the aesthetic of here's an autograph guest and nobody's in line. Like that makes the show look bad. I don't want that. Cody says, call your owner friend and bring some guys up from Beloit. There you go. Yeah, Marlins affiliate. Rich says it died because he completed suicide. A terrible pun, but sadly true. That dude from Duryea says retired wrestlers are probably available. I don't know the cost of those guys in comparison or fighters. Gem City says my show has free stuff for kids, door prizes, and that's what worked so far. Autograph guest is on the docket for 2026. Unicorn says I don't like autographs on cards at all. On balls and whatever is till could care less about them, but at least they're not ruining a card. See, I love on-card autographs. And I have thousands and thousands in my collection. I.e. signed Venezuelans hate them. Cooter says, always amazed buyer if it's not one of the 800 I already have. Chances are. Joe Caprino in the house. You should be the celebrity autograph signer. That'd look worse than Denny McClain. Apartment on Langdon. Uh-oh. I like that phrase, completed suicide. All right, so that's what I had for today. We got to get Ernie off to school. It's almost 10 o'clock. I got to get my coffee made. Today's a heavy shipping day. Going to get the shipments out. Tomorrow's going to be a heavy Madison Card Show prep day. Oh, also my foam board and my stands are coming in today. I'd like to get since it's Thursday already. I really want to get a map up. I want to get a map up for the website, but man, it's hard to squeeze time in for some of this stuff. Cheers, Gem City. Shane says no lonely Virgil, right? Rest in peace, Virgil. Lonely Virgil. Yeah, and there's like lonely Virgil memes at like every single signing event. That's what I don't want it to look like that. I don't want the Madison Card Show to be known as lonely name your washed up former baseball player autograph signing. I could see a time when content creators sign at booths at shows. Crazier things have happened. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Jeff Wilson, I would not be surprised at all if Card Collector 2, Jeff Wilson, those types of guys. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Then, people would, I'm sure there's a segment that, people have paid for my autograph, for Christ's sakes. So somebody's going to definitely pay for Jeff Wilson's and Card Collector 2's autograph. All right. That's what I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I may go on eBay Live tonight. I don't know. Because I'm not going live tomorrow or Saturday. I'm going to try to squeeze in 2 on Sunday. But I may go live tonight. We'll see. I've got to get some shipping, and then they already do. Yeah. I guess there are. They have autographs in Topps Big League, don't they? So there you go. All right. So I might go live. I might squeeze in. So what I was thinking tonight, if I do go live tonight, 7:00 Central on eBay Live, if I do go live, I'm probably just going to do like 100 in all lots, like kind of like what I've done. I'm going through like color, football, maybe throw in a couple like big name rookies, but something like that. Just throw in. Those seem to be working for me at least, and I think for others. I feel that buyers are getting a deal, and I'm getting rid of stuff at a higher price than I paid for it. So do something like that. All right, I got to go now. Like and subscribe. Possibly see me on eBay Live tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll play Name That Player. I don't know what we'll go with tomorrow. Just be a surprise. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.